Hello, it's me. So I'm starting off asking the age-old question, what do all these puzzles have in common? Well, they all are Platonic solids, and a Platonic solid is basically a polyhedron. It's a overall three-dimensional shape where each side has the same number of, it's basically the same shape, same number of sides, and the same number of sides meet at the corner. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the shapes look exactly alike all around it. So there's only 5 of them. You've got the tetrahedron over here. This is kind of pillow, but you've got 3 meeting at the vertex. They're all triangular shaped here. You've got the cube, where you have 1, 2, 3 meeting. You've got 3 meeting at the vertex, and it's shaped like a square. We go back to the triangles with the octahedron, 1, 2, 3, 4. Meeting at the corner, you've got the 12-sided one, which is the dodecahedron, 1, 2, 3, and you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got this 5-sided shape here, and then you've got the icosahedron, which is also triangular, but is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're all Platonic solids, but they're not all face-turning Platonic solids. These are all variations of this guy over here, which is the face-turning octahedron. Now, there are face-turning versions of the Platonic solids of all of these different shapes. This would just be the Rubik's Cube, this would be the Pyraminx, this would be the Megaminx, and this would be a variety of different things, including the Einstein star, things like that. But these are all variations of this puzzle, and one of my goals is to have all of the modifications of each individual Platonic solid modified into all the other Platonic solids. So by way of introduction, that's to highlight these guys over here, made by Raphael. This you can get, it's mass produced. This is made by Trepum. And these guys are made by Raphael, and I don't know if I've highlighted them as of yet, and that's what I wanted to do. More specifically, this guy over here, this is called the Dodecahedron, very clever name. Basically, it's a dodecahedron solved as a shape modification of the octahedron, so Dodecahedron. This is the Icoctahedron, which is an icosahedron which has been modified from a face-turning octahedron. So taking a look at the puzzles, the question is, these are available to you. Should you get them? The answer is a most emphatic yes, and I'll show you why. So if we start off with this guy over here, all of Raphael's puzzles turning is excellent. And I don't need to go over algorithms because, well, it's the same as this guy and possibly the same as this guy. I do 2 slightly different strategies with this, but you don't really need to. So let's see what this looks like scrambled. But before we do that, it's important to understand what the equivalent pieces are, because if I'm going to solve it like this, I need to know what are my corners, what are my edges, and what are my central areas over here. So as I turn this over to here, let's see, this is equivalent to these pieces here, which would mean that my corners are going to be these large pieces here. Let me do brighter colors here, it might be easier to see. Yeah, so my edges rather are these large pieces here. So this, and this are going to be edges, which would mean that these guys here, well, let me see. So these must be edges. So it means that these guys here must be these pieces here, these central areas. Which means my corners, which are going to be very important in terms of how to solve this, would be this. So these guys here are going to be my corners. So there should be 3, and I should be able to do a down, down, up, up, with each of them. Okay, and the way that I solve these puzzles is I put the corners in first, then I put the edges in all around the puzzle, sort of like a skeletal version of it, and then I put these guys in with a simple algorithm. So I just have to recognize where are my corners. Now, when I put the corners in, it's easy to see because all the corners have the same color. Here, they don't. When I have this corner in, I know where this is because it's the same color. But let's say I put in this, how would I know that this corner belongs on that side? I would have to somehow extrapolate it, so that would be, well, a little bit difficult. So too, if I look at this, and let me orient myself here. So these must be the edges over here, these must be the central areas, and these are the corners here. And I noticed something interesting. How would I know that this corner belongs here, this corner belongs here, and this is here once I put this in? And I rather suspect that the only thing joining the only 2 sides that this corner joins is this and this. These can be anything. So I think in this puzzle, it doesn't matter what the color configuration is. There's probably a lot of solved configurations. I don't have to worry about where the corner should go. So I guess more on that later. Well, let's go ahead and scramble this now that I think I've identified what's what, and that way you can see for yourself if you like this puzzle, if you want to get this puzzle, and if it's appealing. So you can see from just the movement, there's nothing worse than trying to solve a complex puzzle and you're struggling with the motion, and then you're in the middle of an algorithm and you don't remember what you did. But I know that with Raphael I'm getting quality, so I'm never really worried about that. So I'm just going to keep scrambling. Okay, so here's what it looks like scrambled. So right away, I really enjoy the look of this puzzle because when you have something that looks really scrambled, it almost looks like what is this? It almost looks like a work of art, just in terms of how the coloring system is. So right off the bat, I like puzzles that look really impressive when they're scrambled, because you're wondering, well, how the heck are you going to get it to where all these sides are going to be the same color? So it has a very nice look to it in its scrambled form. It's a very playable puzzle. It's very portable. You can take it anywhere. It's small, and the movement is really, really good. So if you needed a time sink, you're on an airplane or something, this is a very portable puzzle. And if anyone is sitting next to you, they're going to be very interested to see what you're doing with it and if you can solve it. That has happened. Okay, so I guess the best way to demonstrate the solve is to maybe scramble this guy at the same time, just so that there's kind of an understanding of what it is that I'm doing. Okay, so there they are. They're both scrambled, and they're both really the same kind of puzzle. This one I'll probably go into some other time. By the way, if anyone wanted me to do another solve of this in the style of this, let me know and I can do that. This is more of a demonstration. Okay, so the first step in this kind of a scramble is to coordinate the sides with the right corners. And that's easy here because if it's green, I'm just looking for the other green and red. So the other green and red is down here, and I simply move it in, move it around if need be, so it's right here. Then I take this green, pop it up, so now I know these are coordinated and they're fine. I go upside down and look to see what needs to go where. So what is the color that is supposed to be up here? Well, let's see, this white is upside down over here. This likes where it is over here, so this is where it's supposed to be. It's right side up, which means these two are upside down, and it becomes very easy. All I have to do is take the one that's where it's supposed to be to the left, and I go down, down, up, up, and based upon the parity of the puzzle, that will automatically put these corners in, and I just move it into position. So that was easy because I could see how the colors relate to each other. How am I going to do it with this guy? Well, I've already established that this corner is here. So what belongs here? It could be this color. It might not be this color. So in this situation, I might have to start by putting edges in. So this edge is in. It's blue over here, which means this side is turquoise. If this side is turquoise, then I see this over here, which is green, so maybe I have to have a green side over here. So that's very possible. But before I do that, let me put the other edge in just as kind of a placeholder. And that other edge is going to be the other turquoise edge, which appears to be here. So maybe I got lucky, and this is where it's supposed to be. And then this edge will also have something that's turquoise. So turquoise and turquoise. I mean, this might belong here, for all I know. I don't know. So let's see if we can find another turquoise edge. Right over here. So just as kind of a placeholder, I'm going to move this up here. And I'm going to move this over to here. So all these edges are sort of singing a song here. Now I noticed that when I had this, I had a green, so does that green side belong here? And let's see. Okay, so I've got this corner over here, and I want to know what corner belongs here. I've got these edges in, and I think that this is the right direction. It's hard to say for sure, but if I use it based on that, then I've got this here. This is going to be sort of a blue, light blue, so I'm going to say it's going to be a light blue that goes over here. So what corner has a light blue? And there's not too many corners, and it's going to be this. So I'm going to move this up like so. This is upside down. Is there a way to right side up it? And yes. Okay, so my first theory, I feel like there's bright lights over there. Anyway, so my first theory is that this belongs here. This is light blue, so this belongs over here, which means the next one would be green. So the next corner will be green, and let's see if that works. It's not this. Okay, I've got this guy over here. So maybe this is how it's supposed to go. You can see this edge lines with this edge lines with this edge lines with this over here, and this edge lines with this. So that's my first theory, is that this is how these are supposed to go, and why not? So now what I need to do is I need to put it on the other side, so I'm going to turn it upside down. Now in terms of what goes where, that's an excellent question. Who knows? Let's see if I can extrapolate, because if I'm going to say that this goes here, this is green, which means this is silver, and if this is silver, I can see that these are matching up, and it's unclear, is there a red and green? Because I got a red here and a green here, and I don't think I have such a corner that's red and green. I have red and orange, so if I move this in position, but I'm wondering almost if it doesn't even matter. So I've got a green here and an orange, so what if I said this orange is correct? So I'm going to say that that's the case for the one that's upside down. And in terms of these, well, the only way to know for sure is maybe to just start solving it and start putting other edges in. To put edges in, what I do is there's an algorithm that I use. It's a variation of the SUNY where it rotates these guys around. So for instance, if I wanted to take this edge and move it to here, I would first bring this up to here, then I'd turn it to here by doing R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, that did pop that up to here, so I just have to move this back. So you can see that that put that in. If I want to do another red one here, I can hold it in this position. This is where it needs to be. These are actually all where it needs to be. I need to move this to here, so I don't want this to participate in the movement there, but I can't really get it out. So I have to move something else into this spot. So I'll move this down here, or will I? Well, let me do it this way. It's more easy to start from here. I want to move this to here. So if I want to move this clockwise, I'm going to start from here and do Li, Ui, L, Ui, Li, Ui, L, Ui. Oop. And again. Alright, so that moved this into this position over here. And a red one is now here. So I can take this, move this up, and I'll turn this around and then move it back. R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. This moves back. So it's just a simple algorithm that works this around. I want to move this to here, and very quickly you'll find yourself to the last few. So this white, this belongs over here, this belongs over here, and this belongs somewhere else. So it's the easiest thing in the world to move it. U. So these are all in, and very quickly I'm down to the last three. This one, and this one. So I just have to put them all in the same layer. This will come to here, and this will come up to here. Then I just do R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. And once more, R, U, R, I, U, R, I'm in the middle of an algorithm, U, R, I, U. This comes down to here. Thank you. This goes over to here, and you can see all these are in. So it's very straightforward when you see all the colors in front of you, and I'm down to these guys. But take a look at this. This doesn't look anything near close to being solved, and yet it was at the same place with the corners. So I'm going to assume right now, theoretically, that these corners are where they need to be, but I'm not so sure. Maybe this is right, maybe these are wrong, I can see if I can't try to make it make sense. For instance, if this is all blue, yeah, it's hard to say, but let's start putting these other edges in, and we'll just kind of move it down and see if I can make the corners make sense. So how about this? Do we like this where it is? Well, this is blue here, this is blue here, and this is blue here, so maybe all these make sense. So I'm going to orbit around over here. How about this? What do we want? Well, this is blue, I need another blue color, and that's going to come from here. So this guy has to come over to here. So how am I going to do that? Well, this is in with this. So if I can move this to here, if I can simply move this up like so, bang, move this in this spot and then move it down. Now I've got to get my perspective and figure out how I did that algorithm. So I'm going to move this up to here, and it's going to be with this corner. And I believe that went like, am I going to go up here? No, I don't think so. I think it's R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay? Now where did it go? Where did it go? It's right here. Gotta do it again. R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay. So now it's here, and I believe I had to move this back down. And from whence did I do that? See, it's easy to get lost. So I'm going to coordinate it with this. I believe this came down like so. Okay. Now this is very intuitive, I have to say, but I did move this in. That was my whole goal, as I move this in. So I can always refer back to the fact that just like with this, I can tell my colors by the edges. I can actually tell the sides by the edges here too. So do I like this? Well, if we use this as our base, and we came down and we ascertained what corner goes where, we weren't sure about this, but we like this. This guy, does it belong? Well, if this is the true color, this is going to be blue, and that's not blue. So we don't like this being in this position. Instead, there must be a blue. Well, maybe not. See, now this makes me wonder, because this is blue, this should be a blue corner. So my original theory about what corners are supposed to be where might not be correct. Here's the other corner. This corner, I think, might actually belong over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to move it there. Boom. But it's upside down. Which begs the question, maybe, just maybe, this belongs here, and if this belongs here, it's the dark blue. Aha! So let's say this is correct. This would come here, and this would come here, so I need to rotate these guys around. I need this to be in this spot here, but I don't want this to be affected. So what I can do is take, see, all these are used. So this is a wonderful challenge, wonderful challenge. I'm going to have to move these both out somehow. Okay, I want this in this position, but I got to move it away from here. So I'm going to have to be a little roundabout about this. I'm going to take this and move them into here. And actually I'm going to move it around based on this side. So if I move this to here, just got to remember to move this guy back. But I'm going to move this guy around to this side right here. So that's going to look like, so blue's going to have to be here before I move him back like that. So that's going to be R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, it's there. And now I had to move something back, and let's see if I remember what it is. So this is now here. I may want to get him all the way to here if I can, but I think it was this piece that moved. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So that's now here. The one that I just moved, this guy, I want to get this guy to here. which means I want him to be in this spot here. And if I move this guy to here, aha, then it'll work. Yeah, then this will move to here if I go like R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, this guy is here. I'll move this on block to here, boom. So I don't know if you caught all that. I barely caught it myself, to be honest with you, but I'm focusing on the sides. These two are correct. I'm not worried about these, because these pieces here, that's these pieces. I don't worry about that until the end. But these seem to work, correlated with this. Ultimately, the one that's really guiding me are these corners. Corner, corner, corner. So this is all correct. This correlates with this corner over here, and this correlates with this corner over here, so I know it's correct. I know it's right. So what about the other corner, this one? Well, this correlates with here, and it's the only other possibility, so I know that this corner is correct. So I'm just going to keep putting edges around, and so I don't lose perspective, I'm going to focus on each side, and it's the edge position of each side that's going to guide me. So how about here? What's the edge position? What's the, well, this isn't really a side. How about here? So I've got a couple of purples. I like this here because it's white and it matches with this. So I like this here. So it's the only other purple one. And that purple one is here, this guy. So I got to get this to here. And luckily he's at a side over here. So now I'm going to take this and keeping my perspective, I'm going to move him to here by doing R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, what was here has now come to here. And yeah, so I like these sides all over here. So that's good. So this is red. And this is red. But does this belong over here? I think so, because this color is the same as this, and we've already established that this is the correct corner, so I gotta move this to here. Haha. But I can't move it without moving this guy, so I gotta get this guy out if I can. Are there any edges here that don't belong? I like this edge because it matches with this white. I like this edge, so no, kind of out of luck there. So what can I do to move this to here? Now, by the way, I might be able to guide myself with these other corners, because I know this corner is correct. So I know this corner is correct down over here. I know this corner is correct, therefore this is correct. So I know all the corners are in. So worst comes to worst, I've managed to surmise which corners are where. So now I can just sort of freely float around and see what edges belong where, because I've got corners now to guide me. So white, this is right, this is not correct. I don't think, no, it is correct. I need the other white one. So this has not really been solved this side. So where's the other white edge? Right over here. I'm just going to take this and move it over to here. So that's going to be R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, so I know this side is correct because these white, this little propeller sign is correct. These are correct. And when you get it down to the last three, that's going to be very challenging. So this is all correct. These all line up. I need the other red one, which is here. So, oh, I might have gotten, no, I was going to say I might have gotten really lucky, but I'm not so sure. This belongs here. Where does this guy belong? Well, there's another one that's out. Is this out? It would be so nice if it was, but it's not. This actually belongs where it is. So where's an odd one out? This doesn't like where it is. This and this, these don't like where it is. This is an orange, so that belongs over here. So if I can take this guy and put him up here temporarily, then I can move it all in unison. So this is going to involve some deconstructing and reconstructing, and that could undermine the whole project right now. So if this comes here, no, where's the one that's not where? Okay, this is not where it's supposed to be. This wants to be. This wants to be here. Wants to be here. Okay. Okay. So actually, this wants to be here. This wants to be here. This wants to be here. These two happen to be at the same level, so I can just move this to here. So I'm going to rotate this like so. Then I'm going to rotate this up. And these are the ones that have to rotate. I just have to remember I got to rotate this down. That's going to be my first step. And I just got to remember that. All right, so without thinking about it too much, let's go ahead and do it. R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay, now, what had to happen? I think this had to rotate like so. Okay, we like this over here, and then this simply, because these are all in, has to rotate here. Okay, I think you see the problem. This belongs here because this silver is with this. This belongs here because this pink is with this. So basically, these two have to swap, so to speak. But we like this over here. So let's look at that which is not in where it's supposed to be. And I want to get this to here without destroying this. Okay, so I want to get this out of here, and I know this doesn't belong where it is. So I'm going to move this like so, and then I'm going to move this up. I just got to remember to move this guy down first. So that's going to happen first. And how am I going to remember that? And I'll just have to remember it. Okay. So we're going to do, I just remember the pink one is going to go down. So R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay. Now, this one went down, as I recall. So yeah, that one is packed into there. And now I think this guy turned too. Yep, okay, so I'm just lining these up. So in that way it'll be easier for me to see. Okay, do I like what I just did? I had to have moved it incrementally in the right way. So we like this silver one here. We do like this red one over here. So we're feeling a little better about that. And it correlates with this. Okay, so this, once again, is not where it wants to be because we need a silver one. That other silver one is here. So this is wrong and this is wrong, which means there's one more that is wrong. And I would lay odds that it is this. This needs to be here. Okay, so I need this to rotate here, and this is correct. And this is wrong, this is silver one. Okay, so I have a side, which is what we're going to be using. This, because I ultimately want this guy to rotate to here. But I want this as part of it, so I'm going to move this like so, and then move this up, and that should work. I just have to remember the first thing I'm going to do is move this down. So turquoise goes down. So we got R, U, R, I, U, R, U, R, I, U. Okay? Now, it's not quite ready, I don't think. Or maybe it is. Because let's put turquoise down, like we said. And now we're going to move this like so. Do we like it? Well, let's see. I have to do a lot of lateral thinking, but I like these here. Does it correlate with their corner? This correlates with this corner. This correlates with this corner. So I think we got it. I'm going to take a chance and look all around. The way that I know that I have it is if all these pseudosides have the right colors. Good, 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 and they're all correlated with the right corner. So basically, this is this configuration. It doesn't look like it's solved at all, does it? But to an eye that's sort of used to it or trained to see it, you'll see that all of these corners here, here, and here are correct, and you can see that they correlate with these edges perfectly. And when you go upside down, these corners also correlate with edges here, here, and here. So that is a big part of it, but we're not out of the water yet when it comes to the perspective. Sorry about the sun. The sun keeps hitting us in strange ways. So this algorithm is something that I've borrowed from the Scube, And what that does is it puts this to here, and this to here, and that's easy to see in a puzzle like this. So if I move this in this position, this blue will come here, this will go here, and this yellow will come here. And I have to do a middle split, go down, 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 up, then up, and reverse it with a down, up, up. So you can see this was placed and this was placed. So this is an easy and fairly fast moving part of it, where I can move this to here and start moving these in, down, 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 up, up, down, up, up. And like I say, it doesn't take too much time at all. So this can go here, this goes here, this goes here. Down, 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 up, up, down, up, up. And I basically do this all the way around the puzzle until it gets solved. I can put this green into here, and I can visualize things well because this face-turning version is not a modification, so it's more easily visualized. And each time I'm doing this, I'm placing 2, which is why it's going a little quicker than it otherwise would have. Now, this one I can do the same thing, but notice that all these blues are equivalent to each other. I don't have equivalencies here. I have to put them in specific positions. I also have to figure out how to apply the same algorithm. So this blue and purple belongs here, and the middle move here, so this is the corner in front of me, this will be the middle move, so it's going to come from here. So I have to turn this side to here to match up, and then we can do it, but I can't lose perspective like I just did. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so I want to put it into here. This is the blue and purple, so I'm simply going to move this like so. And we're going to go down, that's that version. Here's a corner, so I'm going to go down, down, up. Then the middle slice here, up. Now you can see how it's easy to potentially get lost in the algorithm, up. Alright, that did pop this into here. I've got to remember to move this back. It should be easier to see from here. So that's what it's going to take to move this in. Let's see if I can find some other easy examples of things that I can pop in here. Let's see. Here's a red and pink. So this red and pink is going to belong over here. So if I hold this over to here and I do it twice, down, 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 up, up, down, up, up. Okay, now one more should put the red and pink, which is now here, into position. So we've got down, 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 up, and up. Now notice I can't go as fast with this one because I have to keep concentrating on what I'm doing. So this is popped into here, into there, so that's good. Okay, so looking for other opportunities. These two will participate. So first I look to see what's going to participate in the algorithm. These two will, and if we go all the way to here, this will. So these two will, and this. I like to pop this into this spot so I can rotate this to here and make that happen. So putting this corner in front of me, we've got down, 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 up, and then up, and down, up, up. Okay, so now we move, so this got popped in here, we just have to move things back, and that's like so. Okay, so again, this is the fun part where you have to skew your perspective, but just look for opportunities. Okay, how about you? You, I know where you want to be. You want to be over here. But you're not going to get there with where you are, but you might get there here. So this will participate in it. Can I move this into this spot? And yes. So this will go here, and I believe be in, this will go here, this will go here. Okay, without any further ado, we'll go down, 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 up, up, down, up, and up. And then after that, and then I'm going to move this like so. Okay, so what did that do? Well, that moved this into here, so that's good. And that also put this in this position, which is also good because now this can come into here, and this will participate into this, which I think, no, it doesn't belong there, but it will put this on this side, so that's good. So we've got down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up. So that did pop this into here. Now this guy will be ripe to go into here. And these two will participate, as will this. But I got to do it twice. And this will end up here, which it has to be, so doing it twice will put both in. So I've got down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up. And without even thinking about it, let's do it again. Down, 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 up, up, down, up, and up. Okay, so this got placed, and this got placed. Well, this green and turquoise, I think this wants to come over to here, so why don't I move this like so, and then we can go down, 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 up, and up, down, up, and up. So that's in. We'll just move this back. Now this turquoise and blue wants to go to here. So can we coordinate that? Yeah, I can just move this like so. So we've got down, 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 up, up, down, up, and move this back. Oop, move this front, right like that. Okay, this actually goes here. So I'm going to take this, and this one, we'll find a nice home here. I don't want to move this out from here yet. So I'm going to continue down this path, this to here. I'm just going to move this in instead. So I've got down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up, and this moves back to here. Okay, so this is in. Now this guy I didn't want to move out because I wanted him to go into here, but that might have been a little bit of a miscalculation. Okay, where are some other ones? So this wants to go to here, and this will participate in the algorithm. This wants to go here, so if I were to move this, nope, what's going to participate? I move this in, it's going to be this guy. So if I do this, then that might work. Yeah, that should work if I do it twice. So down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up, and again, down, 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 up, and up. I get very nervous with deconstructing and reconstructing because it's hard to place the shape, and this will come back over here. Okay, so you can see we're getting there, but we have a little more to go. This guy wants to come here, really wants to go into this spot over there. But I might have to do something more simple. All right, so this guy, if I move him here, doing it twice, we'll move this to here, and this will end up here. So perfect. So we've got down, 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 up, up, down, up, up, and again, down, 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 up, and up, down, up, and up. And this moves back, so you can see we got the ones that we wanted in, and we just keep going with this. How about this white? So this is the point at which we're down to the last few. We got to be careful because one wrong move and you can undermine everything that you're doing. So it's going to be a lot of construction, deconstruction, and reconstruction, which is really the fun of the puzzle. So let's see. What's going to enter into this part of the equation, this algorithm, is this piece and this piece. So I can take this, move this guy up to here. So that's one deconstruction. And this is going to participate. So I can take this and move this guy down like so. So that'll place this to here, and this down to here. I think it'll actually take care of 3 of them. So keeping our perspective, we're going to go, either we'll do something great or something horrible. Down, 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 up, up, down, up, up. And luckily they were non-overlapping, so move this in and move this in. And we should be down to the last 3. Which is nice to be at, but can also be fairly dangerous. So let's see. This is the perspective that it's going to take. And okay, this will participate in the algorithm. And this moving up is exactly where I want it to be. So I just need that 3rd piece. If I can pop it into here, then we are good. But I have a feeling it's going to take more than one move to do it. Nope, it's got to be... It could be here, actually. And that might be the best we can do. But maybe if I do one more turn... Aha! Okay, so if we do it twice, that should get it solved. So, down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up. And then down, 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 up, and up, down, up, up. And now it's a matter of if I can find my way back home. I believe this went to here, this went to here, which renders the puzzle done and solved. So there it is, the Icoctahedron, an interesting name for the puzzle, but an excellent challenge. It's a modification of one Platonic solid, which is a face-turning solid, the octahedron, to another Platonic solid, which is the icosahedron, which is not a true face-turning icosahedron like the radio cube, but is a great challenge in that I had to sort of struggle to find out where the corners had to go, try to keep my wits about me with the edges, and of course even these guys here, the small central pieces, had to be very careful in terms of the placement and the deconstruction and reconstruction. But the puzzle is incredibly playable. You can take it anywhere. The movement is fantastic. You saw that it did really no struggling with this puzzle at all. So once again, another triumph of creation by Raphael. So to him I say, keep it up. If you make them, I will solve them. And thanks for watching.